Montreal?
It's good. Going well.
Oh, I'm glad. So I wanted to show you something today.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So this is my zebra cactus plant in a zebra planter.
It's so
And I just think it's so cute. And look,
Is
it has like a little flower growing.
I didn't know that they grew flowers.
I had no idea they grew flowers either, but this one did.
It's got a mind of its own.
Yeah, and I just love zebra things. Like when I was a kid, it was my favorite animal. And still to this day, my best friend from childhood always gets me zebra-themed things for my birthday and Christmas because I just love them so much. And I don't know, like whenever I see something zebra, it makes me happy because they're just so whimsical.
It's good that you like zebras and you're getting zebra things because my dad made the mistake of saying he thought a penguin looked cute once, and all of a sudden he started getting all of these penguin things. He just said, "Oh, that looks cute," and then like his mother-in-law heard him, and next thing you know, every Christmas, birthday, everything, it's penguin themed.
That's hilarious. For him.
But Sarah, have I introduced you to Alfred yet?
Alfred? No, I don't know who Alfred is.
Oh,
who is Alfred? Your bearded lizard?
No, he's my rubber plant.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah. He really
is so healthy.
He's doing really, really well. I'm very, very happy. So he's my first plant that I ever got. My mother-in-law gave one to me and gave one to my brother-in-law. So my husband's sister's husband, right? So it's kind of like a test of the two partners. And his died like within a couple of weeks, maybe months. I'll give him that, okay? But mine is still alive and doing swimmingly. So I think it's because I named him and I talked to him. I know that sounds kind of weird, but studies have shown that talking to plants helps them grow better.
Singing too? Have you sung?
I have not sung.
I've heard that.
Not directly to Alfred.
I don't sing to. I have many plants. I do not sing to them. I do not talk to them. I water them once a week, and if they survive, that's a plant for me.
They survive.
Okay, so I guess we're not talking about plants today, Erin. What are we talking about?
Yes. Today we're focusing on skills for travel, specifically when you're asking questions about the area that you're visiting and asking for directions and hotel vocabulary.
Yeah, like at the front desk, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But it could also be like a campground, anywhere like you need some information, maybe even your taxi driver. So I know that every episode we've been focusing on 3 vocabulary words or expressions. So what should we keep our ears open up for today, Erin?
Good question. So the 3 words for today are continental breakfast, rare steak, and a double room. So guys, remember, jot them down and write them down in a notebook to help you remember their definitions, or even write down how we use them in the podcast. So you have an example sentence right there in your notebook.
Yes, so we have continental breakfast, rare steak, and double room. And remember, at the last episode of the season, we'll have a crossword including all the words from every episode so you can see if your definitions are correct and how you use them in context.
Exactly. So, Sarah, do you have 20 minutes on the clock?
I do have 20 minutes on the clock. I'm so excited.
All right. Then your 20 minutes starts now.
So, Erin, on the theme of traveling, I've noticed that you've been traveling quite a lot lately. You went down to Colombia recently. Can you tell me about it?
Yes, I did go down to Colombia. We went down to Santa Marta, Colombia for a wedding. So that's in like the northern part of Colombia near the coast. And then we stayed there for a couple of days for the wedding. It was beautiful. It was fun to celebrate with our friends. And then we took a car down to Cartagena. And so Cartagena is actually a very beautiful city. And it kind of reminds me of Quebec City, just in the sense of there's an old part of the city that all the tourists go to, and then there's a new part of the city that the locals live and work and do like all of their daily activities in. So So yeah, the old city is kind of walled in, so you can like walk along the walls. There's different quarters that are very beautiful, have their own themes, very colorful, but lots of tourists because everybody's like packed into the old part of Cartagena.
Yeah, I went down to Colombia a few years ago. I think it was 2017, also for a wedding.
Okay.
And we did go to one. We were mostly in Bogota, the capital, so it's
Okay.
more like very modern and like a city that you would see normally. But
Okay.
we went to some of these littler towns outside, and they were just so beautiful. And like the plazas with the churches and the lights at night. Oh, because it was like Christmas time, so a lot of people were in their villages celebrating. Like, had gotten out of the city to go see family, and it was just so festive. I loved it. It was so beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. Yeah.
And this Christmas, I think you're going down the Philippines, right? Or should I say around the world to the Philippines?
Yes. Yeah, so my husband's family is from the Philippines, so we're going to visit his aunts and uncles, his cousins on both his parents' side. So his dad's side and his mom's side are in two different parts. They're on the same island, but two different sides of the island. And yeah, and we're taking like a little stopover in Japan just to break up the travel, and it was actually less expensive to stop for a few days in Japan than to go straight to the Philippines.
Oh, that's
believe it or not.
That's really interesting. Like, I know one of our coaches, Sarah Rice, she went down
Yes,
to Japan
that's right.
recently. You should check in with her.
Yes, I have to check to see what part she went to. But it's just,
she loved it.
yeah, it's just a couple of days. It's very, very quick. But we're traveling with a baby because my sister-in-law's baby, and it's been really hard to find hotels that have cribs in them, actually. Apparently, it's not very common in Japan to have a crib for a baby. Most people co-sleep with their child.
Oh.
Yeah, so even the hotels, they're like, no, we don't have cribs. And so Japan is a very baby-safe country, like very baby-focused, except for the cribs part. So it's really interesting.
For them, that is what's baby-focused. You
Yeah,
get to sleep
exactly.
with them.
But
Your
like
little
for
pet.
travelers, yeah.
But for like North American travelers or Western travelers, it's something that we just expect to have at the hotel because you're not going to like travel with it on the plane.
Right, exactly. There are some travel stuff like travel high chairs, travel cars. Well, not car seats, I don't think. Like you just have to check them and carry like the full car seat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's another thing traveling with a baby. I've never had that experience, and you haven't yet, but
not fully, no. But it's been nice to kind of like watch and figure out what to do, what not to do, how to figure stuff out, by just watching. So
yeah, so like that's a great question that you have to ask before you book a hotel. Like, do you have cribs here? Like, you would expect them to, but it's something nice to know. Or like, do you have a cot? I remember once we were staying at a place with some friends, and there were more of us than there were beds, so we wanted a cot. And they told us yes, but when we got there, they're like, "Oh, we gave the cot to someone else. First come, first serve." We're like, "But we need a cot. Nobody's sleeping on the floor."
Okay, yeah.
So we just gave up. We found another option. It was ridiculous. So, do you have a cot? Do you have a crib? And then when you get there, you're like, where's the pool? Where's the hot tub? When is breakfast served?
Yeah,
and is it included in the price, right?
Right, exactly. And it's good to know those things either before you go or like some of the stuff like where's the pool you can do when you get there,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And where's the closest restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
And which hotel restaurant would you recommend?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and these questions could be asked at resorts or at campgrounds or to the taxi driver who's bringing you to the hotel or a random person that you see walking down the street if you think that they'll have the information that you need.
There you go. Just go up to the closest random person and be like, hey, where's the closest restaurant and what do you recommend?
Yeah. But honestly, the best way to practice these things is to watch interactions. And so, Sarah, I think we should play a game today.
Ooh, I love a game. What's our game?
Well, let's play pretend, like when we were kids, right? I'll pretend to be at the front desk of the hotel, and then you can ask me some questions.
Perfect. Shoot.
Okay, so welcome to our hotel.
Our hotel. That's the name of the hotel.
Oh, wait, yeah. Can you come up with something better?
Okay, how about the Verbatum resort where your dreams come true?
Okay. So, welcome to the Verbatim Resort, where all your dreams come true.
Okay, so hi. I have a reservation this week under the name of Pumpernickel Dooliddle-Dee.
Pumpernickel Dooliddle-Dee. Okay. How do you spell that?
Okay, so ready?
Mm-hmm.
Dooliddle-Dee. Dooliddle-Dee.
Oh, yes. There you are. So, you have a double room for a week, right?
Yeah, that's right. That means that it has a double-sized bed, right?
Yes. Double room is for 2 people. Single has only a twin bed.
Yeah, I do not want that. I'm not going to be sleeping with Mr. Dooliddle-Dee in a twin bed. No, thank you. But it would be really nice to have a queen-size bed. Are there any rooms with a queen-sized available?
Unfortunately, no. We're fully booked tonight and tomorrow night.
Okay, so I did see that. You're right. There was a no vacancy sign lit up outside. I did see that. But I was wondering, is there a mini fridge in the room?
Yes, there is. There's also an iron and an ironing board and a microwave. So pretty much everything that you need. But if you've forgotten something, just let me know and I can get it for you.
And breakfast tomorrow, is it included?
Yes, we have a continental breakfast served in our breakfast nook from 5:30 to 10 a.m.
Wow, 10. I love it because I love just like sleeping in till 9:30 when I'm on vacation and just roll out of bed, go down there and get some breakfast. So you said continental. I always forget. Is that the one that you have self-serve, like buffet style with some bagels and toast and, like coffee?
Yes, exactly. And ours also has scrambled eggs, bacon, and there's even a waffle station.
Oh my goodness, I'm all excited. Okay, that sounds great. But tonight, I think we'd like to go swimming. Where is the pool?
Good question. It's right down the hallway to your right, and you have towels in your room that you can bring to the pool.
And I think my husband, Mr. Dooliddle-Dee, he will want to work out tomorrow morning. But where is the gym? Is it near the pool? I think I read there's one here, right?
Yes, we have a gym right across the hall from the pool. So it's just down this hallway right here. Do you have any more questions, ma'am?
Yeah, really. We're getting hungry. It's almost supper time. Where is the closest restaurant?
Well, we do have a buffet right here in the hotel, but there's also a Red Lobster near the parking lot if you like seafood.
I do like seafood, but it's a chain restaurant. I'd like something a little bit more fancy because Mr. Dooliddle-Dee and we are celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary. So where would you recommend for a nice fancy night out?
Wow, happy anniversary!
Oh,
In that
you.
case, we have a fancy dining restaurant.
Fancy dining restaurants? Erin, that's the best you can do.
Okay.
Our hotel and fancy dining restaurant.
Okay, what would you call it then?
How about the Majestic Eating Palace?
The Majestic Eating Palace. Okay, Sarah, we're terrible at this.
So how did we get to this Majestic Eating Palace place?
All right, you get in your car and you turn right out of the hotel parking lot. You can continue for about a mile, and then you turn left onto Pine Road. After about 5 minutes, you'll see Greenpoint Park on your left. And that means it's time to turn right into the Majestic Eating Palace's parking lot. If you see the McDonald's, you've gone too far. Here, let me draw you a map.
Oh, that's better.
Right
I
off
will
the
not
parking
remember all
lot,
that.
left onto Pine, right again when you see Green Point. Here you go.
I like the map. Or you could just tell me, put it in your GPS, lady.
Yeah, that's true. Let me give you the address and you can put it into your phone.
But thank you for giving me those detailed instructions and directions. All right, so I get to this majestic eating palace. What do you recommend?
Well, I personally love the surf and turf. It's always a good one. But my husband, he prefers the chicken parmesan.
Okay, so is their steak any good? I think that Mr. Doolittle D would like a rare steak.
Ooh, rare. Okay. Yes, it's excellent. And I also recommend to get the soup of the day, no matter what it is, because it's always yummy.
Oh, great. Perfect. Thank you. So I guess it's time to check in. So where's my room at exactly?
Yep, here is your key. Your room is room 203. So you can take the elevator up to the second floor and then follow the arrows to room 203. Also, the Wi-Fi code is written right there. Here, give me that card back. See, it's right here on the inside of the card holder. Okay, here you go.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Do you have any other questions?
No, I think that's about it.
Okay, so let me know if I can help you out any other way during your stay.
Bye now, Mr. Doolittle D. Come along with me now. We're going up to room 203.
Great
improv
improv skills there, Sarah.
You too, except for those names. We need to work on those naming skills.
Yeah.
Me too.
We'll do better next time. We'll come up with something.
Oh man. So, listener, as you'll notice, you can use this kind of dialogue anywhere when you're checking in or you need information about a place you'll be staying. You can use it at a hotel, a campground, resort, or just to ask your waiter, your waitress where the aquarium is. And we actually created a cheat sheet for you. And it has these common questions and common answers to these most common dialogues that happen when you check in. And you can find the link to that cheat sheet in the episode's description, and it's free.
Yes, but before we end this episode, Sarah, I had a question. Do you have any hotel horror stories?
I can only really think of one. Like, I was really young though, but we went to Niagara Falls one year and we stayed at a hotel and there were cockroaches everywhere and bugs. It was so disgusting.
I can't do bugs in beds. No. One time, my sister, she went to travel to a wedding and she was with some friends and she was at the wedding, like getting stuff ready, and they were checking into the hotel and they got to the hotel first and saw that the bed was just covered in bed bugs. And so they're calling her, like crying, like, oh my gosh, Katie, this is the bed that we're going to. And it's late at night, right? She's still at the wedding. And she's like, what? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me call my dad. And so she goes and she calls her dad and she's like, there's bed bugs. We don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, we can't stay here, blah, blah, blah. And so, my dad comes in, solves the situation, gets them in new hotels and all of that. But bed, like,
gross.
Bed it's where you're sleeping,
No.
You don't want bugs and stuff
crawling
in there.
No, thank you. I can only think of one really good story though. Do you want to hear a good story?
Sure.
Okay.
We need some positivity in life.
I'll tell you like this angel front desk receptionist. Okay?
Okay.
So I was in college, like 21-ish, okay? So I was dirt poor, no money. I didn't even plan on like how I was gonna get home paying gas. And usually I would just drive straight there. Like it's a 12-hour drive from Tennessee to my place in Pennsylvania. But that day, like there was a lot of congestion on the highway and it was really hot. So my car overheated and it was like spewing out vapors.
Oh
So
my
I had to
gosh.
like pull off, and luckily at the gas station there was a garage attached, and they were the men there like totally took over and took care of me. They got all the parts they needed. They fixed it. It was so sweet. I had no money. So like eventually, I sent them money, like a check by the mail afterwards because I got in their addresses, and the man, he sent it back to me like saying, "I'm not going to accept your money." It was very cute.
Aw.
So okay, so now I'm late. I'm tired. I'm hot. I didn't have air conditioning in my car. I was just hot, and we're in Virginia in the summer. So I'm about 9 o'clock, and I can't drive anymore. I'm so tired. I'm only halfway home. So I pull off at a hotel, and I get to the front desk, and I am crying because I have no money, but I know I need to stay in a place. So like I
Okay,
don't know what
yeah.
to do. So I just like go up to the receptionist, like I don't have any money, but I need a place to stay, and I'm so tired. I don't know what to do. And she's like, "Girl, like I will take care of you." Like she's like, "I bet your parents have a credit card." I'm like, yes, good point. And she's like, "And I bet I could just call them and get their credit card number, and they will pay for you." I was like, "Oh, this is a really handy. I like this. This is really handy. I had no idea that was even a possibility." My goodness. And then like she's like, "Be careful, like stay in your room, lock your doors, don't answer the door for anyone." She's like taking good care of me like an angel. And then next morning I get out to my car, and there's an envelope full of cash on my under my windshield so that I could pay
Aw.
enough gas to get home. Like I don't know, it's probably like $30, but enough to get me home with gas.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
It was so sweet. It was so sweet. And even like she told me how to get to Western Union because I needed cash like to get home the next day. I had nothing. Like I had nothing. Like I don't know what.
Oh my
My
gosh.
planning was not up to a 21-year-old should be.
Well, when you go visit your parents, your brain kind of checks off and you're just like, I'm going home, you know, like they're going to figure stuff out. They're going to take care of me, you know? Like
I don't know. I just felt like I need to get home, so obviously I must have enough money to do it because it needs to
okay.
happen.
Okay.
Like, I can't stay down in Tennessee all summer. With no apartment, no dorm room, nothing. Like I needed to get home, so I just figured there'd be enough money there. So bad.
It would just like magically appear.
So bad. Anyway, so yeah, do you have any good stories, Erin?
Not like full stories, but like last summer we went to stay at a bed and breakfast, and so we were staying at somebody's old house. It was beautiful, beautiful architecture and everything, and it was in Syracuse, New York. So it's a cute little town, yeah. But the weekend that we were staying was parents' weekend for the university, so all the parents were also staying in like these cute bed and breakfasts. So there was a lot of people staying in the Airbnb, and it was also daylight savings weekend, so we were going back an hour. And all of us had checked off on our sheets that we're going to come down and eat breakfast at 9 a.m. And all of us come down and we start like getting coffee and sitting down at 9 a.m. And the host comes out and she's like a little flustered and kind of shocked, I guess, at everybody coming down. And eventually she was like, "Well, why are you guys all an hour late? You said you would come at 9, but now you're all coming at 10. And we were like, "It is 9. And she was like, "What?" And we're like, "It's daylight savings. We all went back." And she was like, "Oh, I don't think about those things."
Oops. That's a big oops. That's so funny.
Oh,
oops.
yeah.
And she got all like upset for nothing.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oops.
Oh, my.
But, oh, well, it looks like our time is up. I hear that timer counting down.
I sure do too.
All right. So before we actually go, make sure that you guys this week you integrate your second language today, tomorrow, the next day. Keep this habit going, keep this habit building, and we'll be back next week to check in on you guys. So
Yeah.
until then, use the comments, share what you're doing, share any tips that you've come across, that you've encountered, or any hotel horror stories, travel horror stories, or good things like Sarah's angel in disguise.
Yeah. So, yeah, be sure to share your stories down in the comments. And remember, we had those 3 words today. We had continental breakfast, rare steak, and a double room. You can also write down your definitions of them in the comments. And if you ever want to contact us by email, our email address is 20minutesaday.verbatim@gmail.com.
Well, Sarah, I guess it means it's time to go.
I guess so. So, adios, au revoir, and see you next time.
Yes, and signing off from Montreal. À la prochaine. Hi, everyone. Be sure to check out our free resources from this episode on our resources page. The link to the cheat sheet and the exercise is in the show notes below. Enjoy!